Alright, so here's another video for today. I am assuming that this is just from lesson 1, but I'm not sure. But these, I think, are just for me to simplify. So here's the first problem that was given, which was 24 times x minus 6 to the 4th times 3x minus 8 squared over 40 and 3x minus 8 cubed and x minus 6. Now they want us to simplify. Now I'm going to do this kind of like the long way, but I think it'll make a lot more sense if I do that. Let me rewrite 4 of these x minus 6's, because that's what x minus 6 to the 4th means, and then 2 of these 3x minus 8's here. Now this is not normally the way I would teach it, but since we're not in a classroom setting, I got to think of maybe ways that I can think of that for sure people will get it. So here's 3x minus 8 3 times, because it's 3x minus 8 cubed. And then there's an x minus 6 here. So they want me to cancel stuff out to reduce. So notice, I can get one of these x minus 6's and cancel it out here. And then I can get 2 of these 3x minus 8's and cancel those out there. So that takes care of all my factors. Okay, there's nothing else I can cancel out. They're all just kind of on their own. I can't cancel out straight across, like going this way. I don't want to cancel that way. I have to cancel top to bottom. Now the 24 over 40, I try to think of the best number that goes into 24 and 40, and I think the number is 8. So 24 divided by 8 would be 3, and 40 divided by 8 would be 5. So my answer to this whole problem will be a 3 on top, an x minus 6 to the 3rd, because there are 1, 2, 3 of them. Okay, and then that's going to be over 5. And on the bottom will be just a 3x minus 8, because that's the only thing that's left on the bottom. Just a 3x minus 8. So besides the 5 on the bottom. So that's how you do the very first question that was asked of me for this one. Now question 2 that was asked of me was a v minus 8, that's what it looks like, divided by a v squared minus 16v plus 64. Now, I'm going to have to factor that bottom portion, because the top portion looks good, but the bottom portion, I'm going to have to factor. So v squared minus 16v plus 64. I'll do the x method. Up here I put a 64 and a minus 16 there. That means it's going to be a negative 8 and a negative 8. So v minus 8 will be my factor. So this problem looks like this. V minus 8 on top, and then the bottom will be v minus 8, v minus 8. Now notice, I can cancel 1 on top and 1 on bottom. So all that's left is a 1 over v minus 8. And that would be my answer, which, by the way, I forgot to put a box around these things here, so I'll do that really quick. But those are my answers to those two problems. Now they did ask me 4, so I'm trying to go through these quickly, because I don't want these videos to be like extremely long. You guys are already watching me teach for like 20 minutes on the ed puzzles. I'm hoping I'm not putting people to sleep. I'm assuming some of you guys are definitely knocking out. So 12 minus 3w squared on top, w squared minus w minus 2 on the bottom. Now on the top, the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to factor out a 3. So that gives me a 4 minus w squared. And I know I can factor 4 minus w squared. All right, so let me do this. Do w squared minus w minus 2. Okay, I'm just rewriting it. Now, the w squared, the 4 minus w squared, that's the same as 2 squared minus w squared, which would be 2 minus w times 2 minus w. So the top is 3 times 2 minus w times 2 minus w. On the bottom, I'm going to have to use an x method. So w squared minus w minus 2. I get a negative 2 here and a negative 1 here. So two numbers that multiply to negative 2 but add up to negative 1 would be a negative 2 and a positive 1. So it'd be w minus 2, w plus 1. So I'm going to put w minus 2, w plus 1. Now, many of us would say, oh, I can cancel that with that. And that's kind of right, but the thing is they don't look the same. And you just can't flip a subtraction around unless you change the front of the problem to a negative. So check this out, guys. I'm going to put a different color on first. I'm going to put a negative 3, w minus 2, and then 2 minus w. So notice I flipped this one around, okay? I flipped that one around, and then divided by w minus 2, w plus 1, and now I can cancel these out. So the result is my answer. This is my solution to that problem. So there's that one. And I'll try doing that last one right now. Okay, question number 4 that was asked. So question number 4 looked like this. 6x squared minus 16x over 2x squared minus 10x. So I'm going to have to factor here. On the very top one, I can take out a 2x from the top. Okay, so 2x from the top. That leaves me with a 3x minus 8. Okay, and on the bottom, I can take out a 2x again. That'll leave me with an x minus 5. Well, the 2x and the 2x will cancel out. The remaining things don't cancel anything out, so all I have to do is just rewrite my answer, which is going to be 3x minus 8 divided by x minus 5, and there's my solution. So hopefully this will help you guys out if you're struggling with questions like this. If not, keep sending them to me, guys. All right, have a good day.